Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine and Wood Tramp Outdoors. Once again, we have got a battle box, and this is an epic one, mission number 100. Hang tight, you'll want to see this. All right guys, welcome back. As always, between the time that people start getting their boxes and by the time we drop our video, we get many emails. Most of the time there is a percentage of those emails that's on the negative side that has something negative to say. But this time with Mission 100, out of all the emails we received, not one of them was negative. A lot of questions on how we would use something. And we answered all those, but one of the other questions is that why am I not dropping more videos more frequently, and why am I not writing more articles more frequently? Truth of the matter is, I had a health scare recently, and they discovered that I have AFib, so they got me on some medications, and trying to acclimate to that isn't always easy. At first the doctors didn't even want me to go out into the woods, didn't want me on the motorcycle obviously, or even the electric bike. But I'm on the mend, medications are leveling out, and I'm feeling really good. But we just had the event that was surrounding mission number 100 that took place down in Texas. I don't know the results of that, who won or anything like that, because I haven't heard anything. But I was invited to come down and cover it for the magazine. Really wanted to, but with that happening and trying to, find my legs up underneath me, I just wasn't able to do that. So I know it was a bomb, man. I really wanted to go there. But anyway, let's get off into mission number 100 so I can tell you why I like this box and why our whole crew had nothing bad to say about this box at all. As always, there's the basic box, the advanced box, the Pro, and the Pro Plus. Starts out at $34.99, then it goes to $64.99, then $119.99, and of course the Pro Plus was also the knife of the month, is $164.99. Let's get off into this real quick here. Mission 100 did not disappoint at all. The basic box in Mission 100 has four items in it. And it starts off with the Borvo Broth Variety Pack. We tried one of these, and there are 6. It's a variety pack. It's a 6 variety pack. It's got 3 beef and vegetable and 3 classic chicken. I tried the beef and vegetable. It was really good, and very tasty, nutritional. 70 calories and 50 calories. The one I had 70 calories in it. I mean, they're lightweight, easy to put in your pack, and provide you with a little quick boost when you're out and you need something in your system to replenish the calories that you've lost. Now, the only thing that I would say is that, and this is a good thing, is that you take some minute rice with you and cook that minute rice, which doesn't take long at all, and put it in this broth. Man, is it power packed, flavorful, and gives you a little bit extra energy. So that's the first item. And I think that also, I talk about these cards all the time. This is from, let me see, that's bone dry. What am I doing here? Let me see here. Let me see. I thought we had something about the broth thing, but I guess we don't. This is for bone dry, man. Okay. I don't even know where that come from. So, all right. Next item is the Fuzi XP3 Large Thermal Capsule. And that's this guy right here. And this is, one of those items that in the past, I'm talking about years, I'd have kind of poo-pooed on this type of stuff, taking extra gear, for a cell phone or whatever. But I'm going to tell you what. First time that you drop your phone in a lake or a stream or whatever, you're going to wish you had one of these. Or if you've left your phone out in the sun, it doesn't take long for a cell phone to get burned up in the hot sun in the summertime like it is right now when it's 92 to 100 degrees. You can tear your phone up, it'll stop working on you, and it could be an emergency situation where you need it. What this does is it insulates the phone and keeps the heat or the cold. The cold can be just as bad for your phone in regards to its functioning. Put it in here and you are absolutely good to go. It floats. I can't tell you that it's 100% waterproof because we tested it out. It did have a little bit of moisture on the inside, but it wasn't anything that was devastating to the phone at all. Just wiped it out. That was it. And I think that this is one of those things that most everybody now is going to appreciate. Not only can you put that in there, but if you got a small GPS in here, any electronic device will go off inside of here. Keep it nice and safe. And you can drop it from about 6 feet. It'll protect it also. So that's a pretty cool little piece of gear right there. The third thing is, and this is another one of those, it's like, wow, you can tell that we are in 2023 because we see a lot of this stuff from a lot of our contributors. It's, surrounding new electronics. But this one here is a super head turner. This is from Battlbox, and it's called the Battlbox Power Card. And that's exactly what this is. It's a card. I'm not going to rip it open to be able to show you. Kern 1776 does a superb job, as he always does. But this is a card that is full of power where you can recharge a cell phone or small device up to 3 hours of power. I was even told that it would do a laptop a little bit, but I mean, who's going to try that? But this is what it says. It's a pre-charged 1600 milliamp battery with an 8-year shelf life. That is pretty dope. It has a built-in charging cable, USB-C plus lightning adapter, and it weighs only 27 grams. That's nothing. Thing about it is, it's a use it and then you throw it out. But having an 8-year shelf life for this, I mean, you could take it out and put it in your wallet if you want to. I am not going to do that. But I've mentioned to several people that we're going to reach out and we're going to buy several of these for our different kits. Because you never know. Cell phones tie us to the world these days, and with all the apps on it, you can get maps for the areas that you're in. One of my favorite apps identifies plants and tells you whether or not they're edible, mushrooms, things like that. And I depend on that quite a bit. When I see something I've never seen before, or I've seen it for years, I just didn't know what it was. Can I use it? And so going to that cell phone all the time, taking pictures, I might shoot a short video with that phone. I can eat up a battery in a phone very, very quickly. And taking out battery packs, they're a little bit heavy, but I do take them out. But there have been times when I've ran them all out, and I had to get cell service, but I killed my phone. Here's your answer right here from Battlbox. Very, very nice add to the basic. That's in a basic box. That's pretty stinking cool. And then the fourth thing is called Squatch Rope. And this is a hemp impregnated type of fire starter. And I had one of our readers write to us and said he loved this, but he didn't know he was supposed to cut it off, and he used the whole thing for one fire, which is, okay, you're going to have a heck of a fire. It's not going to disappoint you, but, you can get probably, I'm going to say this, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 10, depending on the condition of your tinder. It may not do you real good if you use a small piece and it's real wet. Okay, the drier, the smaller you can use, but this is a great add. So that's your basic box with those 4 items, and I mean, you can see all 4 of these items are pretty cool. I mean, if there's a weak item, it'd be the Bravo or Borvo broth, but it's still very, very good for a basic box. But everything in here is really cool. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the Ruck and River trekking poles. And I'm just going to kind of throw this out here to you. You know, I mean, again, trekking poles these days have taken over a lot for those people that used to bushcraft their own poles, whether it was a trekking pole that they were using for themselves as a staff, or they were building a shelter and needed some type of pole for a tarp shelter, a center pole, or as you're going to see in these pictures up here that I'm going to show you. I was recently out and I used these trekking poles to be able to use on my shelter. It was a Haven tent that I put on the ground because I'd always been hanging it. It's a hammock, lay flat hammock that is just superb. So watch for that video. But we were wanting to test it out on the ground, so I took it out for 3 nights. Beautiful hammock that lays on the ground that is super comfortable. And I used these from Ruck and River out of the advanced box. And remember, you know, your first box was $34.99. The second box is $64.99. All right, you get all these same items in here. And the trekking poles, you know, just from obviously from the standard way to use them as a trekking pole, you can use them, as I said, for a pole for your shelter. Oops, you don't want to do that though. You don't want to do that. Tony, did you just do that? Yeah, you did. There's little lines on here and says, do not pull beyond. It says stop. And I think mine says stupid, don't stop. Yeah, I didn't stop. So I'm stopping now. But they they got 3 different sections to it. And for a guy like me, that is, now stop, I got it. Stop, okay, stop. But the cam system on these, we've got, I think, 3 sets of different kinds of trekking poles. And just like anything else, good, better, best, you know, and there's so many different things that go with them. But when you're talking about making sure that they don't fail you, the place where they fail most of the time is right here in this locking cam system. And Ruck and River has answered one of the things that we've often complained about to companies, and it is these knurled, they use, looks like aluminum maybe, it could be steel, I don't know what they're made out of. I don't think that, yeah, made from aluminum, blah, 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 okay. That the poles are aluminum, so they're very, very light. But a lot of companies that produce these in the mid-range, you know, up to maybe 125 bucks, use plastic. And it's easy to end up breaking those. We've done that. And once they're broke, these things are shot. You may as well just, you know, take them home and put them in the trash because they're no good for you. These are rugged and they do a good job. They stayed up for 3 nights for me in high winds and rain. And so I'm saying, yeah, this is a great ad for the advanced box. And they should last a long time. They come with, of course, the different baskets, you know, for snow or for mud. And one of the things that I did was I used these on the top, which you'll see in that picture. I used these on the top. This part of the trekking pole was on the ground, and then I put the basket on the top here to keep my lanyards nice and snug where they wouldn't slip off if the wind came, and the wind did come and they didn't slip off. So that was a great ad here for the advanced box. And again, you're in this for $64.99. You get everything out of the basic box as well. This is pretty cool, all right? And then again, you'll see in the Pro Box, this comes from Climate. We've seen several different items from Climate, and I don't think we've been disappointed as of yet from anything that Battlbox has thrown at us with from Climate. But this is called the Versa Blanket. You're into this box for $119.99. You get everything else that came before it, obviously. But as you've seen in that picture, I actually used this in that shelter, in that Haven tent. And, you know, it's summertime, you know, so it's in the late 80s, early 90s, something like that. And the days that I was out there was in the 90s, And at nighttime, it was getting down to about 72 or whatever. And when you spend the night or a day in 90-degree weather and it drops down into the 70s and the winds are blowing, I think they said one night we had 60-mile-an-hour winds. This came in very, very handy. I love this. It's got a foot box on it. You wrap it up around you. It's got places for your hands. If you don't want to use the foot box when you're sleeping, which I always do, it's a habit I have. If all I have is a wool blanket, I wrap it over and put my feet in, even in the summertime, just a habit of mine. This has a built-in foot box. You just put your feet right in there and pull the blanket up over you. If you want to vent out a little bit, just throw it off. It's light, but it's insulated, and it does the job. The design of it, it's got 4 pockets on all 4 corners, versatile to do whatever you want. You can use your hands. One night I had it on, the foot box was on my head, I had my hands up, it was wrapped around. I didn't stay like that long because I did get hot, even though it was blowing hard wind. But man, you're talking about the perfect type of blanket for 3 seasons easily. And I'm convinced that we could probably go into, I don't know, about 55, 62, something like that, and still be comfortable with this. So that is another great ad from Battlbox for this Mission 100. So that takes us on over to the knife of the month. And we're into this for $169.99. And knives are always very popular with everybody. And every now and then we see something that we go, that will never leave here. And this knife right here is from M3 Tactical, and it was a collaboration project with Brandon. And this is called the M100 Curran 1776 Custom. And a lot of times you see knives where people say it's a survival knife, and I guess, again, the old adage is true. Any knife that you have in a true survival situation turns into a survival knife. But some of them give you the advantage because it is the real deal, and this is what you have here in this particular knife. I love this knife. What I've done here, I've worked on the workbench here where we test things out, and I can tell right now this thing is going to do everything that you ask for it to do. I did want to see here, it's a perfect size at 9.5 inches long. You can see that. Has a 4.37 inch blade, and it is full tang. It is stout. It's made out of 1095 high carbon steel. Beautiful pummel down there for crushing. The lanyard, I love the big lanyards like this. And the G10 scales, a lot of times companies really get overly aggressive with the G10 profiling that they use, and it tears up your hands. They put a lot of thought into this knife. It's got a place for your thumb, for control. It's really nice. If there is something that is a downside on this knife, as far as a survival type of knife, the spine isn't real sharp, so it'd be tough to be able to get any sparks out of a ferro rod with this. So my suggestion is that we just take a little file and we sharpen that spine up about halfway, and this is going to be the perfect survival knife. So Brandon, you did a good job doing what you do, and of course this has his name on it, and it has the M3 Tactical on it. Everything about this knife tells me that they put a lot of brain matter into this. The design is impeccable. The materials are never failing. You have to maintain the knife because it is 1095, so it'll rust on you if you neglect it. Comes in this really dope Kydex sheath that fits perfect. Knife is solid in there, and it doesn't come with a clip, which doesn't disappoint me at all, because 99% of the clips that we find on knives that are sent to us are really, people go cheap on that. They put a lot of money into the knife itself, and the sheath suffers, and then the clips are the last thing that they really think about. And I've heard from different companies say that the reason they do that is because almost everybody takes them off and puts on their favorite clip, which is true, which would be me. There are certain clips that I would use with this knife, certain clips that wouldn't even get around this. So I think that's a great idea. And if you watch Curran's video, he kind of hints that he's working with them right now to develop a clip, a special Brandon Curran 1776 clip. I'm looking forward to seeing that, you know. So what a great knife, what a great box all around. I mean, no wonder people didn't complain here. So again, $34.99 gets you in, then $64.99, then $119.99, and $169 gets you the full Monty. You get everything that is in Mission 100. It's great, and I want to congratulate those that received the golden tickets and got out to be a part of the event. Man, I would have loved to have seen the tank thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But, you know, we'll get at it again. Now, before I get out of here, I don't even know how this dude got in here, you know, but I think it did, you know. It comes from Bone Dry Rust Prevention Gun Cases, 40% off. Yeah. It came from somewhere. It was in that box. So I'm sure it came in here. And you've seen us talk about bone dry stuff. We have a pistol case that is awesome. We wetted up a bunch of knives and stuck them in that case. And they were high carbon knives. We really wanted to test it. Came back 2 days later, bone dry, just like it says, without any rust. So this gives you 40% off. And I'm just hoping that I didn't somehow have somebody throw that in there. And then this one is from the Battlbox. You get 30% off, and it says, congrats on your 100th mission. There is a Battlbox in this box. And yes, I'm excited about those. And I've already given instructions that we are going to buy several of these. 30% off, better believe it. And then we got this from Fuzi. 30% on all orders over $75. You know, so get on their website. You know, that's 30% off. You want to buy a couple of those. Then we have also here, this is from Outdoor Elements. Well, I'm sure that what this is, even though we don't have something from Outdoor Elements or we don't have something from the Bone Dry, they kicked in because it was the 100th anniversary. That's very nice of them. Outdoor Elements, sparking confident outdoor adventure. And the things that we have seen from them, we've seen a clip, we've seen that outdoor, it almost looks like a hammock strap, but it's used for different things. But we've seen a lot of stuff from these people, and it's always good stuff. So why do I even bring these up? Because if you take all these in conjunction with your box here, now what you spend on their website is going to drive my next comment, but it's true. If you take everything and you add it to the value, you're well over double your money when it comes to shopping with Battlbox. And as you can see this month, great gear. You know, we've never had one of those months where we said, ooh, I don't think they're going to make it. Battlbox has always been stellar. Their gear has always been great. Their policies in regards to their gear, their customer service, everything about them is top shelf. And that was, you know, one of the questions that we get. Why don't we review other boxes? The truth is that we have. And we get requests from companies, you know, quite a bit. But, you know, we've learned to be able to see things and decide whether or not that we are going to embrace them and promote them like we do Battlbox. Because, as I said, there are so many people out there that are just getting into the outdoor game. This is a perfect way. And you can build your inventory and build your kits. If you stay into Battlbox for a year, you can fill 2 or 3 kits. You know, at least, you know, get them there. I mean, I don't think you get a pack every year, but maybe you do. I'm just not remembering. And I mean, when it comes down to it, at the end of the year, you're going to have a lot more money in merchandise than you have in your investment. So this month has been wonderful, very impressive, you know, and as you've seen, yeah, I do use that stuff. You know, you saw the trekking poles, you saw the blanket from Climate, and I don't know if you noticed that inflatable lantern, that came from Battlebox. And I really love that thing, man. It's just flat when it's out, then you blow it up, you put it up in your shelter, and it lit up that head. As a matter of fact, if you hang it high enough outside, you can pretty much light up a campsite in the middle of the night and see anything you need to see. So, yeah, Battlebox, that's it, Mission 100. So, thanks for the emails, thanks for all your support, and thanks for your questions about me, you know. But, yeah, I'm on the mend, everything's cool, and we're back on track. So, until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.